When you wake up in the morning, don't owe any of your family members love. Dismiss them full with your love. I'm a pastor, I have a busy schedule. I never take an appointment that my wife doesn't agree to. We have a discussion with my boys. Last one is 4 years old. His voice matters. Don't just board a flight. I get an invitation. Grasha comes to me and says, look, she knows she can testify. It was difficult to get us pinned to this date. Because every date I take back to my wife and kids. And I say, this is what I'm needed to do. And my wife pulls out the calendar for the kids. There are days at school, there are plays, there are soccer games, this and that and this and that. And we look at it and we strategize and say, okay, that can be done. Then we bring them in. I have to go to Cape Town on this weekend. This is what I'm going to do. How do you guys feel about it? I can't take you all to heaven and leave my family behind. My first church is my wife and kids. When the church makes it to heaven, I will know I was a good pastor. So many of us are heroes of the whole world, but not the people in our homes. First thing I would do whenever the conference gave me new churches is I would want a list of people who've been elders. Some of my elders didn't like me, but their wives loved me. Because I'd get there and I'd look at the list. This guy's been an elder consistently for 6 years. And I'd deliberately say at the nominating committee, this guy will not be an elder. And they would say, Pastor, you can't do that. We have a right to vote. I said, I will. You are not called into the ministry. I am. It is my responsibility to watch over your families. This guy has been an elder for 6 years. Who's been eldering his house? Most of them never wanted to talk to me, and the wives came with big hugs. Thank you. Thank you. We finally have a father in that house. You can't run around chairing everyone's meetings and no one is chairing your children. Your children get abused, you don't even know. Sitting at home, your son is gay, you don't know. Busy running powerful lessons for the church about homosexuality, your own son is gay. Don't even see, because you're saving the whole church, but your family is dying. Measure your time properly. Not in days and hours and years. Do meaningful things. Do meaningful things. Be there for your family. I'm a busy doctor. What? You know how many kids are studying medicine? The day you drop and die, you'll be replaced. That's the funny thing about us. We give ourselves to everybody. But the day we drop and die, you know what Mediclinic will do? HR will pull another file. And they'll replace you. The staff will cry for 2 hours and then the HR manager will begin drafting the new specs to replace you. But where does your family go when you drop and die? Where do they pull a CV for another father? Where do they pull a CV for another mother? There's no shelf where we have spare mothers. People have run around and become CAs and CEOs and big things to the world, but never there for the people who can't replace you. Come on now. I've buried many people. Not one child has ever said, I will miss my father for the iPad he bought me. When you die, your family remembers time with you, not the things you bought. So many of us here measure ourselves by the ability to provide the latest phone to our kids. When you can go and buy your son an S9 or an iPhone X, you think you're a good mother. Then you drop and die. They don't even remember the phone. Your dream is to have your children live in Bishop's Court. So for the sake of Bishop's Court, you are never at home, flying all over, signing deals, so that your children can have a home at Camps Bay. And then they become drug addicts in Camps Bay. Drug addicts in Bishop's Court. The money you work for funds their destruction because you are never there. Measure your life in real essence. I want you to be okay with losing a deal for your family. I've had to address painful things in church where people have left a family vacation to go sign a deal. Leave your family on vacation. I can't miss this deal. I have to go. I have to go. You leave your family in Durban, in Cape Town, in Seychelles, in Mozambique, wherever you are, you leave them there. You bought a flight to go sign a deal.
Affluent people.
And you look and you think to yourself, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Especially I want to address this to men. Men. Because it's most of the time our problem. Suddenly when kids don't talk to you, they don't confide in you, you feel left out. Where were you? You think while you were signing deals, you were being a good father. No, you were not. You were making deals. Then you come home and you discover, I've seen moments of embarrassment for fathers. You mention something and your wife says, she's not dating that guy anymore. They broke up 2 years ago. Really? Be there, be meaningful. Be there, be meaningful. Last thing I want to draw out of this lesson is then God gives us the Sabbath. The most important thing about all the days of the week is that He was doing things into them. The Sabbath becomes a game changer because on Sabbath, He did nothing to things, He did something to Himself. For all the 6 days, He filled them with things. But when the Sabbath came, He had nothing to put in. He put Himself. Whereas for 6 days, He would stretch time in order to put things in. On the 7th day, He stretched it so that He can dwell in it. The eternal, timeless God on Sabbath decided to come and sit in there so that His creation can experience Him. I want to challenge you to learn to be a Sabbath to your people. When God dwelt on Sabbath, He gave creation the opportunity to rub shoulders with Him as though He was at creation's level. Gave an opportunity for creation to play with Him, talk to Him. It is a lesson that should be doable for all of us.